What's up, people? It's your girl, Adeola. So last week I told you guys about how former President Olusegun Obasanjo wrote a nasty letter to Mr. Goodluck Jonathan. Remember? Well, I was in the middle of writing my own since everybody's now writing open letters. So I said, let me finish my own quickly. When I heard that Obasanjo's daughter, Iyabo, has released her own nasty letter to her father, I said, hey, this woman, why can't you be patient? Let me finish my own. Now, I heard that she completely disowned the man in that letter. I said, hey, Yawa, big time, Yawa. Can you imagine that woman? She stole my spotlight. My letter was supposed to be the next big thing in Nigeria, the next big news. So I was still reading her letter when somebody else told me that Iyabo denied writing the letter. I said, so who wrote the letter now? And who wrote the letter? 11 pages of some really bad goodies. Look at this. And dear dad, you don't own Nigeria. Ooh, preach it, sister, preach it. That right there, that's deep. You get what I'm saying? For you to accuse someone else of what you so obviously practiced yourself tells of your narcissistic, megalomaniac personality. Henceforth, my people, if you want me to be reading your letters, stop these big grammars. Don't put these big grammars. It's distracting. Just put it in simple language for those of us that are from Isaleko. Simple English. Everyone around you knows that the only thing you respond to is praise and worship of you. My sister, that's some deep talk. The only ones that would not stroke your ego are family members who you universally treat like shit. Like, did she use the S word? She call it a word? I beg, can you remove that? Because I don't use those kinds of languages. Iyabo, no. I don't agree with that. Why are you using S word for your father born? S word in your letter, haba. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this stuff is good in a very bad way. Whoever wrote this letter took a special lesson on how to insult people, which General Olusegun Obasanjo himself knows how to do very well. I'm telling you, people are wicked though. The letter talked about how Obasanjo would beat up his wife. No be me talk am. Even in the letter said that he disowned his children, mistreated his children. But if Iyabo did not write the letter, who wrote the letter? That is the big question. This is not coming from the presidency, is it? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I know that they promised to write a detailed response to Obasanjo's letter, but I don't think that this is it. No. I trust my presidency, I trust my president, and I trust Dr. Ruben Abati. Yes, with his big grammar, I trust him, and I trust Dr. Doyo Kupa.
Can you please just shut up?
I don't shut up. You don't have to say it like that. I don't shut up. Who else? I don't think it came from Mr. Reno Mokri, the man that does their Twitter updates. Yes, because he doesn't write more than 140 characters at a time. Of course, you guys can trust me that I will get to the bottom of this drama. I'm promising you guys that I will get to the bottom. Whoever wrote the letter, I will fish you out. Hold on, let me call Auntie Iyabo one more time.
Thank you for calling. This is Iyabo. Leave a message after the beep.
Hello, Auntie Iyabo. This is Adeola. Yes, Adeola Fire from Keeping It 3. Call me back, I beg. Call me back. We have to talk with that letter. I've been trying to find out if you wrote the letter. So, I'm telling Nigerians that I will get to the bottom of the letter. Auntie Iyabo, it's your girl. Call me back. I do it. Thank you. I'll keep working on it. Nothing to worry about. You guys don't have to worry about anything. But on the other hand, my brothers that are watching, I beg, take care of your family. Those of you that have married a woman, you brought her from her father's house, you better take care of her, and your children. You get what I'm saying? Because people are watching you on plasma TV. They may not say anything, but people can read what is actually going on between you. If you are beating your wife, you think people don't know, and you think your children don't know. What be my own? I'm just saying, take care of your wife now and your children, so that tomorrow, if somebody should write an open letter about you, they won't have to put family matters. You get what I'm saying? Waiting be my own. By the way, while everybody was writing an open letter, I'm glad to inform you that the First Lady, our Honorable First Lady, has managed to remain in the news as well. No, she didn't write a letter. But she gave a life-changing speech in which she announced a change of name. I heard that this is because she wants to start peace evangelism, okay? Preaching to bring an end to terrorism in Nigeria, especially Boko Haram. My name, Patience Jonathan, is no longer Patience, but now call me Mama Peace. Without peace, there will be no women, no children. Peace is from the heart, not from the tongue, not from the lips. 2014 is going to be a year of no Boko Haram. You know, as soon as I read that, I was so happy. I said, how lucky are we in Nigeria to have a peace-loving First Lady? You know, how wonderful. Which is why I don't understand why some Nigerians are not even impressed at all. I mean, take a look at some of the comments that I've been saying on the internet. Listen to this one. It is by Coco Baresi. Whether Mama Peace or Papa Peace, if you and your husband continue to plunge the resources of this country to the detriment of meaningful development, there will be no peace. Nigerians, you see what I'm saying? Coco Beresi or whatever your name is. Why now? And the First Lady is, trying to make a change. I'm disappointed that you are not impressed. Can you imagine? Let me find a better comment, Jari. Yes, this one is from Freeman. She must have been drinking lately. Freeman or whatever your name is. Can you see these Nigerians? You're becoming too bold. Is it your First Lady that you are insulting like that? God forgive you. I'm praying for you. This one says, Mama Peace. Sounds like Amala joint for Oshodi. This woman don't even get swag. Hey, whoa. You know I'm saying my own. You guys, why will you say Mama Peace? Rhymes with, saying Mama Yusuf. You don't Amala joint. Why are you disrespecting your First Lady like that? How could you? Nigerians, how could you do that? How? You have no shame. No, seriously, Nigerians, why is it so hard to please you now? Haba. Madam Patience, Mama Peace. Mama Peace, Congratulations, Ojari, on the change of name, I'm very excited for you. It's a good thing, It's like a self-discovery, And I'm very happy for you, I just would like to advise that why don't you just start by becoming transparent? You and your husband become more transparent with our money. That would be very peaceful. If you can stop causing troubles in Rivers State, that would be very peaceful. Increase the minimum wage. If you can fix our roads and fix our electricity, that would be really, really peaceful. You see, I'm starting to feel peace right now talking about these things. Get your priorities straight. You get what I'm saying, but waiting be my own. Mama Peace. I'm just keeping it real. I'm sure you've all heard that popular saying by Edmund Burke that evil prevails mainly because good men don't do anything, okay? Nigeria is the way it is, not because we have bad leaders. There are bad leaders everywhere. But it is the way it is because the good people are not doing anything. In fact, those of us that are talking about it, some people abuse us, for talking about these things. Who does she think she is? Look at this small girl with Ibadan accent. She has such a big mouth. You better go and sit down before they catch you. And guess what? These people keep stealing your money. Yes, they keep destroying your country because you don't challenge them. You post things on Facebook and Twitter, but that's it. Even the perpetrators themselves, they know that the only reason that they're getting away with stealing in Nigeria is because you, and especially you, I've been watching you for some time, you refuse to do anything about it. You think they don't know what they're doing? Listen to Governor Amechi.
You're thinking about us, the leaders. Yes, you said yes. Yes. What about you? If you see a thief and you allow him to be stealing, what do? You have stolen nobody. That's why we are stealing. Who have you stolen? The oil subsidy. We told you they stole 2.3 trillion. What did you do? You have heard about $50 billion. Nobody is talking. You are debating whether can he talk to the president like that.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? If one corrupt senator has been disgraced, don't you think others will think twice? If one corrupt governor has been kidnapped, those people that are kidnapping innocent people, if they go after corrupt governors, don't you think others will be afraid? If one of the subsidy thieves has been beaten up on the street because you know them, their pictures are online every day, don't you think that others will be afraid of you? Yes, they will be afraid of you, the people. You see, the other time when President Jonathan was still the governor of Bayelsa State. He gave Beyonce and Jay-Z $1 million of oil money that was meant for poverty alleviation in Bayelsa State. Did Nigerians do anything? No. And it is your money. As if the person who gave away your money is not a human being like yourself. $1 million, yo. Now, since you didn't say anything then, besides the media that kept shouting, a group of rich men brought in Chris Brown and they paid him another $1 million. Again, your money. That is more than 160 million naira in one night, just like that. And since you didn't do anything about that, they brought in Kim Kardashian, and they paid her $500,000 for a 45-second presentation. Remember? Well, guess what? Last weekend, Access Bank brought in Miss Mariah Carey and they paid her 200 million naira, which is like $1,250,000. Yes, so now I don't have a problem with this beautiful and talented American celebrities coming to perform in Nigeria. No, not at all. I don't have a problem with that. But why would a country with no stable electricity be spending millions of dollars on foreign celebrities who are very, very comfortable where they are coming from? You pay $1 million to invite Beyonce and then you still use a generator to power her concert. I mean, does that make sense? You don't have good roads in so many places, yet you want to do shakara with rich American celebrities. You know why they keep doing it? You keep letting them get away with these things. I mean, I know that Mariah Carey is good, but we have our own too. We have Tiwa Savage. Why can't they bring Tiwa Savage? What about Niola, And instead of bringing Chris Brown, I mean, what about Banky W and Wizkid and my guy, Adeola? You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they shouldn't bring foreign singers, but this is not the time to be spending $1 million consumer deposit on foreign celebrities. They said that the party was to honor the outgoing managing director of Access Bank, Ike Imohuede. And they also, wait a minute, Ike Imohuede, that name sounds familiar. Wasn't he the guy that fired 200 employees last month? Yes. Hi. The guy just fired 200 employees just last month. So they have money to bring Mariah Carey. Hey, Barawo Bansa. I forgot he's good friends, very, very good friends with the president, Mr. Jonathan. I'm not the one telling you this, but I heard that the guy is also lobbying to become the next CBN president. Your CBN president. All I'm saying, my people, is that let's stop folding our arms if we don't start challenging our leaders who are misappropriating our resources. I'm telling you, we should not expect any change. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. By the way, I heard that not all Access Bank employees were allowed to attend that Mariah Carey's party. I said, yeah. Even though they called it Access Bank end of the year bash. How come? I mean, how ridiculous. Those of you that were not allowed to attend that party, I'm telling you, you didn't miss anything. You can always watch it on YouTube. You get what I'm saying? It's Mariah Carey. She sounds very good. I like her songs, but there's nothing like the Nigerian Taiwan. Can you give me like Skelewu? So last week, I told you guys about how South Africans disgraced their president, Jacob Zuma. They booed the guy during Mandela's memorial service. Well, this week, it was the president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, who was disgraced by Cameroonians during his visit to France. Take a look.
Monsieur Biya, libérez-nous, mais monsieur.
Monsieur Biya, libérez-nous.
La dictature.
Monsieur Biya,
libérez-nous. De dictature, ça suffit.
Libérez-nous.
Monsieur,
libérez-nous. Les Camerounais sont... Monsieur Biya, libérez le peuple camerounais.
That's what I'm talking about. As you can see, Africans are starting to stand up against rulers that do not care about their people. By the way, a lot of people are telling me that Cameroon is relatively peaceful. Oh, Adeola, we are not at war, so yes, we don't have any problem. I said, but is it really peaceful? Or people have learned not to question Mr. Biya? I mean, you have a president that has been in power for the past 31 years. He keeps changing your constitution. And in 2011, he removed presidential term limit completely, which means that he can be president for as long as he wants. And you call that peaceful? How is that peaceful? Nobody can protest without being arrested. I mean, I remember that in February of 2008, when people were protesting that he needs to step down, I remember that about 139 people were killed in that protest by his security forces. As a matter of fact, some human rights groups said it was hundreds of young Cameroonians that were killed by Biya security forces. I mean, how is that peaceful if you protest and you get killed? One man has total legislative and executive powers, and for a long time the country had only one party, and now he's holding elections just to fulfill all righteousness, because we all know that he wins every election by rigging. How is that peaceful? The Cameroonian economy has been stagnant for so long, even with all the natural resources that Cameroon has, like oil. Yes, Cameroon has oil. When was the last time that you heard of a new development happening in Cameroon? I mean, all we see now are several uncompleted projects that were started during election times. Journalists are now being detained for their attempts at speaking out, and several opposition members have been put in prison. Recently, the man ordered that they should close down churches, claiming that churches are too loud. Meanwhile, we know that it's because some pastors were criticizing his government. And you call that peaceful? How is that peaceful? I don't understand. By the way, how come Nigerian churches and mosques, they don't address corruption on their pulpits? I don't understand that. Some pastors would say that you don't concern yourselves with politics. I said, hey, something that is affecting your everyday lives? What do you mean you don't concern yourself with politics? Where did you find that in the Bible? So many prophets in the Bible addressed corrupt leaders of their time. They confronted them. Yes, they would tell them, thus says the Lord, if you don't change your way, you will die. And those people died. We need such prophets in Nigeria. I keep telling myself, if only religious leaders in Nigeria will start speaking out against all these atrocities, so many evils would have been averted. Because politicians know, they know that religious leaders have great authority among the people. Why does it have to be that it is only when Boko Haram kill your church members that you will speak out against Boko Haram and everything that is going on? Can I be honest with you? Pastors and imams not speaking out against what is going on is actually a way of encouraging it and letting it fester. But back to what I was saying. For the past 31 years, Biya has not invested in the health sector of Cameroon or the education sector, and several infrastructures are shadows of what they used to be. And lack of good hospitals and constant strike alone has caused so many deaths in Cameroon. So many deaths. He gets his own treatment abroad, right? In fact, Biya and his wife spend about 10 months in a year in France on vacation. Remember in 2009 that it was leaked that this man was spending about $40,000 every night at the hotel where he was staying in France. 40,000. This was 2009. Oh, do you know how much he will be spending out of your money, Cameroonians? According to foreignpolicy.com, his net worth starts from $200 million. It's between $200 and $300 million. Meanwhile, the minimum wage in Cameroon is $58 per month. 58. What can $58 buy? So please stop telling me that Cameroon is peaceful just because the people have learned to keep quiet, while this man and his madam continue to spend taxpayers' money to buy wigs. You get what I'm saying? Heavy wigs, 10 pounds. This one on my head alone feels heavy. This is like ×4 of what is on my head. By the way, this is my hair. It grew overnight. But this one, madam, there's nothing like moderation in this woman's dictionary. No, seriously. Honestly, I miss their former first lady. his former wife. Kai, such a peace-loving woman who wanted the best of all the people of Cameroon. She refused to support her husband's policies. Remember? Mama Irene, may her soul rest in peace. Very beautiful and moderate. And up till now, no one knows exactly how she died. President ordered her burial like quick. He didn't even allow any investigations. He didn't allow any investigations. And Cameroonians are still asking the question, who killed Mama Irene? Me, I'm not saying anything. But to be honest, I've realized that sometimes you have to get out of your country and see how life is elsewhere before you can know what you're missing. And which is why I really commend those Cameroonians in Paris who disgraced Mr. Biya. You get what I'm saying? Kudos to you guys. Good job. Someday Cameroon will be liberated from this family. And guess what? I'm just keeping it real. My people, can you believe that Zimbabwean banks are running out of cash? Banks are running out of cash and people are not taking it lightly. I don't blame them now because people are desperate. They need money. How can they eat without money? How can I save my hard-earned money in the bank and then for me to be told that there is no money for me to withdraw? It's not happening. They started a riot at Allied Bank. The riot started when a soldier went to the bank to withdraw his money and then he was told, Oga, I beg no vex, so we don't have cash to give you. Come back another day. Guess what? The soldier seized their computer. He took their computer with him and walked out. That was when other customers too were like, if a soldier can do that, why can't we do that? You get what I'm saying? Hundreds of them, angry customers. They started destroying whatever they could destroy at the Allied Bank, the one owned by the former Minister of Mines. Remember? Yes, so that man, Obat Mpofu. By the way, can you tell by looking at this man that some people have too much to eat in Zimbabwe while others are barely making ends meet? Do you know that this man used to be skinny? Now he owns the bank. He also has some businesses in Matabilili land and he oversaw the diamond industry in Zimbabwe. And speaking of diamond, do you guys know that Zimbabwe is the 4th largest diamond miner in the whole world? Number 4. Yes, so producing an estimated 8 million carats annually and with potential to supply 25% of global demand for diamond. From Zimbabwe, the question is, where is all the money going? Mugabe, tell us, where is the diamond money going? Also, why is it that diamond areas are being controlled by the military and local people are being relocated? Why now? What is going on? Even at the age of 89, Mugabe, you have no shame. Guess what he's been doing? While his people are looking for cash, he's been renaming schools and streets. He even renamed Victoria Falls. You know, one of the 7 wonders of the world. He said he's trying to get rid of everything that has a colonial name. Do you see a misplaced priority syndrome? Shoo! Why can't you face the real problems at hand before you start to rename the streets and the roads and You say you don't want white colonial masters, but you have already turned yourself into a colonial master for your own people. He's forcing himself on his people now because we all know that he didn't win that last election, which is why a lot of Zimbabweans do not like Iyabo Obasanjo at all, who was in Zimbabwe to observe that last election, and then he told the whole world that the election was free and fair, even though everybody knows that that election was rigged. Mr. Obasanjo, a lot of Zimbabweans are not happy about that too. They are not happy. Mugabe, yes, just, you know, I've been telling you that I'm watching you on Plasma TV. When will you set your people free now? If you can't take care of your people, why can't you step aside and let somebody else do the job now? Let somebody else do the job. I did your veteran, you don't know what is called priority. Shame on you. But you know, what do I know? I don't know anything. I beg. I'm just keeping it real. You know, I don't understand when Africans will finally learn to get over ethnic differences. Seriously, why now? You see what has been happening in South Sudan, a country that separated from Sudan only 2 years ago. They already had a coup with more than 500 people dead. I'm like, what?
The United Nations has condemned a deadly attack in South Sudan that killed 2 of its peacekeepers and at least 11 civilians. The deaths come amid clashes that began when the country's president accused his ex-deputy of a failed coup a week ago.
The United Nations compounds in Juba, Unity State, Upper Nile and Bor have so far taken in more than 20,000 people fleeing their homes. But thousands more continue to abandon their homes, with the violence now having escalated into a tribal war between the Dinka and Nuer communities that are the bedrock for Kir and his sacked Deputy Riek Machar, respectively.
Why do we always have to have tribal fights, land fights, ethnic fights? Africans, when are we going to overcome all these petty differences? It's very funny because when I was watching the video, I couldn't tell who is from this tribe, who is from the other tribe. They all look the same to me. It's the same thing when we are fighting in Nigeria. People cannot tell the difference. They don't know who is Hausa, who is Igbo, who is Yoruba. The whole world sees us as one. We are all black people. You get what I'm saying? In so many countries, black people and white people are living together in peace. So what is our own problem now? Seriously, my African people, can we prove to the world at least once that we can take care of our own business? It's so unfortunate that South Sudan is experiencing this. You know, we were all celebrating when they separated from Sudan. So what went wrong? Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Finally, ASU strike is over in Nigeria. Thank God almighty. Thank God, After 6 months of staying at home, Nigerian tertiary students can finally return to school. I just hope that the lecturers will be accountable and stay true with that money that the government has paid them and truly upgrade the facilities of our schools. Now, while I rejoice with Nigerian students, I really sympathize with Gambian students who are studying in Taiwan. Did you guys hear that Gambia suddenly broke ties with Taiwan last month? Their president, Yahya Jammeh, that man, he makes decisions without even thinking about repercussions. If you want to break ties with Taiwan, at least the students that are studying in Taiwan under scholarship, let them finish their studies. Do you know that Taiwan has decided to kick out all Gambian students studying in Taiwan at the end of the semester? About 276 of them that are there by government scholarship. Imagine someone that is about to graduate. Suddenly, the school tells them, we're sorry, but your president is an asshole, so we can't let you graduate. Just imagine that. These erroneous decisions, just making decisions like that. It was the same way that he pulled Gambia out of the Commonwealth. You know that the Commonwealth had been pressurizing him since last year that he needs to create commissions that will protect human rights, as well as media rights and fight against corruption. This man refused though. Instead of doing the right thing, he decided to withdraw from the Commonwealth, just like Mugabe. He's claiming that he doesn't want to have anything to do with a neo-colonial institution, and yet he's colonizing his own people. I remember one time like this, he was telling people, I can cure AIDS, I can cure HIV/AIDS. Na lie. Till now, he has not cured anybody. Remember when he jailed that beautiful TV presenter, the host of a Fatu show, Miss Fatu Camera? That beautiful woman, what was she accused of? They said she was accused of trying to tarnish the image of the president. I said, what? They kept asking for her email and Facebook password to see if there's any proof. If found guilty, according to the Gambian law, she could face up to 15 years in prison. Of course, no more freedom of press whatsoever. And this lady was detained. She was jailed for 25 days before they even told her why she was in jail. Can you imagine how traumatic that must be? And to think that she used to be his press secretary, seriously, that baffles me. As soon as she was bailed, the TV station where she was hosting her talk show told her that they had executive order that she should never be allowed to appear on that channel ever again. So guess what? She fled to Senegal, and from there she made her way to the US. And while I'm so very happy that Miss Fatu is safely in the US, I'm presently worried though about Lassana Jobate. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. This man was recently arrested by this dictator. Lassana actually facilitated the live broadcast of the opposition meeting just this last Saturday. Using Skype, he was able to connect with Freedom Radio, which is based in the UK. So those people broadcast the opposition meeting live. Gambians that were at home and Gambians abroad, everybody was able to listen. A lot of people called in to criticize the president. And guess what? As soon as the meeting was over, would you believe that they picked up this man and they arrested him? Up to now, no one knows exactly where he is. It's so sad. The man used to live here in the US until he went home 2 years ago. Even his wife and children are still in Pennsylvania. So you can imagine what they're going through right now. No, seriously, it's time for this man to step down. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Alright, y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas celebration. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.